Welcome to Bill's Bridge Corner, Monday, November 25th, 2013. Class 33, Inverted Minors. As we've learned, minor suits are third-class citizens in the bridge world. You're trying to find a major suit on no trump, and only as a last resort go to a minor suit. But let's suppose that your partner opens one of a minor, and you have support for him and you don't have a major. Well, how do we play this? The conventional method is similar to the way you would play it in a major suit, but it has some challenges. Instead, let's look at another approach. Minor suits are third-class citizens, which we know. Partner opens in a minor, and your first thought is to find a major suit fit or no trump. Usually, to raise partner, you will need 5-card support, and you should never have a major suit to raise your partner in a minor suit. The standard approach is a single raise of 6 to 9 points with no major, similar to the major suit raises, while a double raise is 10 to 12 points and no major. It's kind of invitational, but remember that you need to get to the 5 level to play game in a minor suit, so it's not exactly invitational, it's a limit raise. Well, there are some problems with this approach. Some of the issues are that after the jump raise, you're already at the 3 level, and it's very hard to find if your 3 no trump is an available contract or not. Let's look at an example. Let's suppose that you are the opener, this is your hand. You open 1 diamond and your partner goes to 3 diamonds. Well, 3 no trump might be in the right place to play, but you don't know about hearts. Is 3 no in the cards? You really don't have any way to get there. You're going to have to hope and pray. Another problem with the standard approach is that after a weekend and good support, you want to preempt, especially if in a minor, because the opponent can outbid you in the major. So instead of playing the so-called standard approach, let's change the meaning. Let's reverse the meaning of the single and the double raise as follows. A single raise shows 10 or more high card points with 5-card support, and of course it implies no major suit. You might have 4 of the 9 spot. It's forcing to at least 2 no trump or 3 of the minor. Now there are variations on this, but this is the one I would recommend. The double raise is a 6 to 9 points, 5-card support and no major, and it's preempted in major. Now there are some alternatives. Here are a couple. Some use a crisscross jump raise, a jump in the opposite minor, to show forcing the game with a single raise, a so-called limit raise in the old structure, and a double raise strictly preempted. Even others reverse the meaning of the crisscross raise and the single raise. Either one might work. I'm recommending a simple approach. It's a one-step change from what you're used to playing if you played the conventional way, the so-called inverted minors. Well, let's look at how this works. After the double raise, 1 club, 3 clubs, or 1 diamond, 3 diamonds, opener seldom takes further action. You may have a monster hand he might bid on, but the main point is preemption. Partner has 5-card support. And yes, you might have a 4-card major, but your partner doesn't. So what would you do? Well, you might continue the preempting by raising to the 4 level or 5 level. You might go to bid slam or try slam, or you might take a shot at 3 no trump, hoping that the minor suit will bring in 5 or more tricks. But for the most part, there's no more action to take. Now after the single raise, remember that a forcing condition exists to 2 no trump or 3 of the minor. So at this point, the partnership is going to determine if no trump is a possible contract. If not, it can always back into the minor, and it's possible because the single raise is unlimited, is 10 or more. You may have a slam. You may have game or even slam in the minor suit. But opener's first rebid is an attempt to arrive at 3 no trump if it's a meaningful contract. That's the assumption. So the responses: 2 no trump shows a balanced hand, 12 to 14 points, Stoppers in the other suits. It is non-forcing because you reach the limit of the forcing condition. It's forcing to 2-no or 3 of the minor. 3-no trump shows 18 and 19 balance points, and notice that it's very structured because if you had 15 to 17, you would have opened 1-no trump. So it shows 15 to 17, 18 to 19 if you did 3-no trump. A new suit without a jump shows a stopper in that suit and is forcing. When we looked at playing in a no-trump contract, we talked about stoppers. A stopper is a control in that suit that prevents the opponents from running the suit. If you're looking at a no-trump contract, you need to be sure that all suits are stopped so the opponents don't run away with a particular suit. 4 clubs over 2 clubs, or 4 diamonds over 2 diamonds is called kickback. It's a Roman key card control asking sequence, and we'll get into that bid when we get into slam bidding. A new suit with a jump is forcing to game. It's a natural bid, and it implies an unbalanced hand. Now there are some rules involved in how you bid controls. How do you show controls? The controls are similar to the Roman cue bids, which we haven't covered yet. They'll be covered in slam bidding, but the technique is similar, and so it's interesting to study control bids in general. When you're looking at control bids, you're thinking of bidding up the line. In other words, clubs, diamonds, hearts, spades, so on. If you skip a suit, the implication is you have no stopper in that suit. A stopper prevents the defenders from running the suit. In the case of the minor suit raises, the stopper would be the ace, king doubleton, queen 10 third, or maybe even jack 10 fourth. It shows the ability to stop the opponent from running that suit. It doesn't guarantee a 4-card suit, and you're not looking for a major suit because partners already denied 4 cards in a major, so it's simply showing a stopper. Like with Roman cue bids, skipping a suit implies no stopper in that suit. We're going to see some examples of it. Responder's second bid. He's already promised 10 or more points, but if he does not have enough to ensure game, responder rebids the minor at the 3 level to warn his partner that he is limited. He can rebid 2-no trump, or he can pass opener's 2-no trump rebid, which is already shown no limit. With more than a minimum, a responder bids stoppers up the line. He's showing it's a control bid of sorts, showing stoppers up the line. Signs off if it is clear that a suit is open, or bids 3-no trump, or even makes a slam try. Let's look at some examples. Here's north and here's south, the 2 hands. The bidding goes 1 diamond by north, opening bid. South, 2 diamonds. I have no 4-card major. I have 10 or more points, and I have 5 or more diamonds. North, 2 hearts. I have a heart stopper. He's not bidding a heart suit. He's indicating that he has a stopper in hearts. The opponents cannot run in hearts. South, 2 spades. 2 spades shows a spade stopper, but it also shows more than a minimum because otherwise he would sign off the 3 diamonds. It also implies there is no club stopper, because if he had spade stoppers and club stoppers, he'd bid 2-no trump or 3-no trump. So south does not have a club stopper. North's turn, 3-no trump. His partner has enough for game. He has a club stopper and a heart stopper. His partner has a spade stopper. We should be safe in 3-no trump. Pass, and we're at the right contract. Here's another example. And the bidding. 1 diamond by north. South, 2 diamonds. No 4-card major, 5 or more diamonds, and 10 or more points. 2 spades. I have a spade stopper, but since he skipped hearts, he didn't bid hearts, he's telling his partner he has no heart stopper. South, 3 diamonds. He also does not have a heart stopper, and he doesn't have enough strength to go to game, all by himself. So he bids 3 diamonds, and North passes. They avoided getting into an impossible 3-no trump contract. Third example. Here are the 2 hands. Bidding goes 1 diamond by North, 2 diamonds by South. Familiar pattern, right? 2 spades. Spade stopper, no heart stopper. Now this time South does have a heart stopper. He can bid 3-no trump because he has the other 2 suits stopped and he has at least enough to reach game. If he had a little more, he might go beyond 3-no trump, but as it is, 3-no trump is probably the limit, and North passes. What happens if the opponents get into the action and intervene? We're going to start covering some series of classes where the opponents intervene, and it changes the meaning of a lot of bids. Since we'll be hitting that tomorrow, this is kind of an intro to tomorrow's class, really. What happens after an overcall? Well, first of all, inverted minors are off. What does that mean? It means that a single raise is not forcing. Negative doubles are in effect, and that's another thing we'll be covering in the next few classes. A double is not a penalty double. It's showing points and cards. We'll be covering that tomorrow. Without major interest, but with support, double raise shows 2 to 5 dummy points. In other words, raises tend to be preemptive. The minor suit raises tend to be preemptive because if you were strong, you would be taking other kind of action. The double raise is even weaker than it would be without interference. And a single raise is 6 to 9, which would be about like the double raise. The object here is think interference, think preemption. What happens if you have a really good hand with support and no major suit? Well, then you Q-bit. It shows 5 card support, 10 plus dummy points, and no major. It's equivalent to the single raise. Q-bits. What happens if the opponents double? Well, it's very similar in many ways. Inverted minors are off. So a redouble, in general, a redouble shows 10 or more points with no support for partner suit, at least no good support for partner suit. You can bid a new suit at the 1 level, hopefully a major, over a double, and it has no special meaning except it's forcing for 1 round as it would be without the double. However, notice that a suit at the 2 level, it shows a good suit but a bad hand. A bid at the 2 level, even a change of suit, is non-forcing. That's something that takes some getting used to and understanding why. Why? Because a redouble is a good hand. Double raise is 2 to 5 points. Single raise is 6 to 9 points. Kind of inverted. And 2-no trump is alertable. It's called Jordan. It shows support with 10 plus dummy points. It's roughly the equivalent of the single raise if there had been no interference. And again, notice that all the raises tend to be preemptive in nature. To summarize, add inverted minors to your arsenal. The single raise is forcing. It's marked in red. Remember to alert everything that is marked in red. Add it to your convention card as it's indicated there. And may the force be with you. Tomorrow, we're going to continue on a subject which we just began today in class 34, responding to one of a suit after an overcall. When the opponents intervene, many of the bids you thought you do are changed. The meaning is changed because the situation has changed. See you tomorrow.